Hey guys, welcome to another Let's Play. This time we're doing Rapid Racer. And I'm doing it blind, never played it before in my life. It's all new to me. Sound, it's got, some neat music, but only in the menu. The game itself does not have any music as far as I know. And there's also a few interesting things. One player has one race in time trial as well as some difficulties. I'll be going easy, but I'll try and increase it later on. It's also championship day and such in 2 players, as well as catch-up, split screen, opposition, a delay, which is just very nice to have, and 3 to 5 players for multiplayer league, sudden death, and winner stays on. Nothing else to it. You can choose up to 5 players, and of course difficulty is on this as well. I'll try to show the 2 and 3 5 player shit. I don't know if I can. But yeah, we're checking out one player right now. One race, I'll be doing on easy. And I'm trying to figure out how to do the name thing. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it's Rapid Racer. I've never played this game before. It's on the PS1. And it's basically another one of those fucking Hydro Thunder-ish games. But this one's pretty highly regarded. Also, Waterhawk, speed is its best. Wave Hammer, handling is its best. And Akula, acceleration is its best, but they're pretty low. I'll be using Waterhawk because speed. You can also check out all its details, like the hull and the speed, acceleration, handling, what it has. And you can test this shit too. So you can press the circle button and test, and you can just test whatever you want. There's also the fact you can upgrade these in the test. I'll show all 3 of them later on. Right now I'm just going to show one. But yeah, the test is basically 30 seconds of this test track. Just this small spot of a bunch of turns and shit. And honestly, doing the test, you'll find out just how this game plays. Now the game, how it looks is good, and apparently it's all 60 FPS. My recording only gets up to 50 FPS though. I don't know why. It can't go to 60. But it's pretty high up there. It's got some good frames. The problem though isn't so much the look of it and how it, flows and such, and its frame rate and all. It's more the game. The gameplay, the controls. You'll find out pretty much in this next test actually how bad it is, because let's increase all of this, get better handling, speed and acceleration. Here's the thing about this game. I've heard people say this is a great game. I heard people say a lot of good things about this game. I don't know if they actually played a Hydro Thunder game before, but I know a lot of people love this fucking game back then. And I can sort of see why, but at the same time, you play the game with the controls and such, and it's just I'm sorry, but Hydro Thunder plays a hell of a lot better, because this is such a pain in the fucking ass. Turning is the worst part about it. It's very loose, and not only that, but it's a motioned turning. It's not like normal turning, it's the more you hold onto the right or left button, the faster it turns, and it goes fast. And it doesn't just stop when you let go of the button, it keeps going. So it's very awkward. Also got Wild Water Canyon, Glacier Bay, Alaska, Bear Lake, Canada, Lost Valley, Costa Rica, and Lava Trail, Hawaii. But the one we're doing first is Golden Sands in Miami, which I did a bit of a test. I've done this one before. This is the only track I've actually played on this game so far in the test. And yeah, I basically got to see just how bad this game controls. By the way, triangle is turbo, X is acceleration. I have not found another button for turbos. And now I begin. And here's the thing about this game. The turning is like a motion sort of turning. If you let go of the right button after holding it for a bit, it will still turn for about a second or two. it doesn't stop. And the turning is very loose, so you'll be making really, like, tight turns easily. But if you're making simple turns, it's a pain in the ass. And not only that, but you got waves in the water, so they actually fuck up your turning and such, and sometimes force you into a turn when you don't want to, and it's just awkward as shit. It makes it really difficult to actually play, and not a whole lot of fun, because you're focusing so much on just doing these simple turns with the waves and how the turning controls. And it's just bad. And not only that, but you're also sort of playing this game sort of weird, because you got your thumb on the X button, and you got your index finger on the triangle button, and you're just sort of holding it weird. You're holding the left side okay, of how you're turning and such, with the thumb on the fucking directional pad and such. But it's just, you have to hold the right side a bit awkwardly, and I'm not a big fan of that. If the turn was like the R button, the R1 button, I'd be fine with that, but it's not. It's just awkward X and triangle thing, and I'm just focusing on the X. I don't know if there's a break button in this game. I tried other buttons like the X, the square and the circle, I mean. Nothing happens. I've tried the trigger buttons, R1, L1, even tried R2 and L2, even though this might have been a game that didn't have that yet. Nothing. And of course it's on Medifend, so I can't really do analog stick. It doesn't work. And quite frankly, this might be a game more suited for analog stick, but at the same time, I'm not too sure about that, because if it was, then the controlling would be, like, fine. There wouldn't be something really awkward with this shit. This is motion, though, so it will, like, speed up no matter what. Even if I gently go left on the fucking analog stick, it'll still, like, zoom right in to, like, a full-on left turn, like a sharp one. And yeah, I have to do easy because I'm playing this blind. I have not tried the other tracks yet, and this game, I don't like how it controls. And you already know that I'm the guy who's done the Hydro Thunder games, and who's also done that fucking Aqua game that was absolute garbage. All that shit, you know, we've gone through all of that, and we've seen the best Hydro Thunder, and we've seen the worst of the Aqua game. So this looks good for a PS1 game, and this was only released on PlayStation 1, so it looks good, but it plays pretty fucking not good. Not bad. The turbo and the acceleration isn't terrible, and the turning isn't the worst. It's their choice for the turns is bad. And I don't mind waves. It's just the waves combined with this awkward, fucking horrible turning mechanic. It makes this not fun, not good to deal with, and just all around bad. And yeah, that was the first race. I'll be trying to get first in all of them. So you got a tick there so you know you completed it. Now it's time for the Wild Water Canyon, which I have not done yet. I have not done anything else outside of that track that you just saw in the one race. That's it. So I don't know what to expect now. We now have like a red ball thing, red meatball thing, and it's like telling me danger, so don't get them or don't touch them. I don't know what that is. Considering I just recorded this, it's always post commentary. Like, I already know what it is. But even then, I don't know. What these red balls do is they like to reside in your turbo spot if you clutch them and then make a bad sound. And if you have a turbo in that spot, it takes it away. Now, if you grab a turbo while you have a red spot in your turbo slot, it takes the red spot away, but you don't get a turbo out of it. And also, yeah, the turns. This is where the turns really start to go fucking bad for me. Like, this track showcases just how much of a fucking pain it is to play this. And by the way, you can only have 3 turbos, but yeah. As you can see, if you grab a turbo and you have a red there, it takes the red away, but you lose a turbo anyway. And if you get 3 reds, if you get a full-on 3 reds, it halves your speed. So they're fucking bad to get. But it's so fucking hard to dodge this shit because of the controls of the turning and just the layout of this shit. And as you can see, I can't really turn in this spot. We're all just sort of stuck in like one specific area how the waves are done. It's like a fucking rail track almost. And it's just awkward. And not only that, but the water waves in this force you into like going right or left or whatever. It makes it hard to really do the turning when sometimes your turns aren't going to be that strong and sometimes they are very strong. And not only that, but it's also forcing you forward. So while you're trying to do these turns, it's going to really make you fly. And in that regard, you can also go up to walls and shit when you don't want to, but you can't really do anything about it. And when you do jumps like that, the jumps are the worst fucking part. There is nothing good about doing a jump in this game. You want to stay on the water because you do a jump, you can do a flip, and the flip does nothing for you except fuck you up. And not only that, but the camera is also a bit of a problem too. If you land outside of the water or do a jump, the camera likes to go into this sort of action shot sort of thing, where it's not right behind you, but it likes to just still show you, but in like a very fixed angle. So it's really hard to fucking like deal with getting out of a bad situation because the camera isn't being very helpful for you. And as soon as you get back on the water, it's back to the back. It's straight back to being normal. So it just fucks with you, and it makes this really awkward to play and just not fun. And it's really difficult to fucking play this. It's really difficult to enjoy playing this. And I honestly want to know what exactly people like about this game. I mean, I can already see a few bits, you know, how it looks for a PS1 game, maybe the music in the menu, considering I have not gotten any music in the game. Maybe the announcer sounds fine. He doesn't say too much. He's not that interesting compared to the Hydro Thunder announcer, but he's alright. He's in like the same par as the Hydro Thunder Hurricane announcer almost. And like, yeah, like this shit right here is just awkward. That fucked me bad. At least it gives you an arrow on where your opponent is, because if they're very close to you, they'll give you an arrow like that. Again, like Hydro Thunder, except that one was a bit different. This one's just like a full-on normal arrow for one guy. There are no other arrows as far as I know. And yeah, it's just like there's no mini-map. So you can't tell where you are and where they are. I mean, you can tell where you are, but you can't really tell where they are behind you or in front of you. So you don't know how far behind they are, and you don't know how far ahead some assholes are. But there you go. I beat another race, and I'll be doing 3 races. I was debating on if I should do 3 races or 2. I decided 3. You'll see me like wait a bit. You know, I'm like, okay, should I stop here and do Glacier Canada later on. Yeah, Glacier Bay, Alaska, I mean. And I'm like, fuck it, let's do Glacier Bay now. So here's the details for Glacier Bay. Total time, 5 minutes. Fastest lap, minute 39. If I do time trial, I'll give you, like, the best record stats I can possibly get. I'll try to beat the records in the time trial thing, just so we can get that out of the way. But yeah, as you can see, like, this is not a really fun game for me. And this track is actually shorter. The times they've given you for this track is actually pretty forgiving compared to the times they give you for the other two. But they also give you this shit. You already know that the turbo is these green tokens. Now you also have yellow tokens and blue tokens. Now, I don't know what the blue tokens do for normal races. I'll talk about that very soon, considering I get this later on. But I don't know what they do here. I know what they do in another specific spot, the blue tokens, but not here. But the yellow tokens. I think if you get 5 yellow tokens, you can do a bonus round. I think that's the only purpose for that. And, like, neat, because the yellow tokens, if you do the bonus rounds, you get an upgrade for your boat. So I'm thinking, do I have to go through and do this with every boat so that I get all the upgrades and shit? I think that might be a thing. I don't know. I haven't played much of this game yet. But as far as I can figure out, the yellow tokens, if you get all 5, you get a bonus. You get a bonus round where you can get an upgrade. The blue tokens, I don't know what they do in a normal race. I know what they do in the bonus round, though. They appear in the bonus round. And what they do in the bonus round is they freeze the timer. Yeah, there you go. There's the half speed thing that begin all 3 reds does. But yeah, that's as far as I can figure out with the blue tokens in the bonus round. That they stop the timer for like a few seconds, like about 1 or 2 seconds, and it continues on. And it's actually really useful considering what the bonus tracks, the bonus rounds are, and what you're supposed to do in them. But as for everything else, really, as for fucking the normal races with the blue tokens, I've got nothing. I tried to grab it in this race. I couldn't. I kept fucking it up. It's a small spot, and you already doing a whole bunch of turns and shit, so it makes it difficult. Like, on its own, really. And, yeah, it's not that great. And as you can see, I am actually sort of struggling with this game. I'm doing this on easy, and I'm doing this blind, and I am struggling because of the track layout, the waves, and the turning of this game. How fucking awkward it is for a game like this to have this sort of turning control. It's pretty bad. And yeah, I couldn't get it right there. So, as you can see, I thought of this game like the greens and shit, but then I decided I'm going to get the reds, I'll get the half speed, then I'll be able to grab more turbo, because I'm gonna need it if I'm gonna make it through this. Because that's the one thing that I definitely need for this one, the turbos. I'm gonna need to abuse the fuck out of that shit if I'm even going to make it through this. Because if the turbos, if the turning is gonna fuck me up, then the turbos are going to be my savior. And if I get these reds, they're gonna fuck that up as well. So I gotta try to avoid the reds, and that's not gonna be easy. Instead of getting the greens, instead of getting the turbo, it's not gonna be easy because this game does not. It just does not play well. It just does. The controls are just. And now it's time for the bonus round. So what do you do in the bonus round? Well, I still need to figure out some more about this, but I think you choose your spot. Like, if you want the acceleration, you go forward right now. You take it, and you go through the track. You have to collect all the yellow tokens that keep pulsating, the R tokens. The blue tokens, see, they freeze time, like a few seconds. So you want that shit, because it's the time one, and you want to get all 5 tokens before the timer runs out. And it really is a bit of an awkward fucking game to play, really, with this shit. But as you see, I'm trying, and I do succeed, and I do get my upgrade, which is the acceleration. So now that I got the upgrade, what it will say to me now is that I've got maximum acceleration, which is nice. So there you go. So, see, got your bonus. So, next time I'll be doing these 4 races, I know that there's going to be more bonuses in these, so I'll be getting more upgrades, but yeah. Next time we'll be doing Bear Lake, we'll be doing the Lava Road, and we're doing Lost Valley at Costa Rica. And then I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm playing this blind, so we're just going to have to see what happens, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time in more of one race of Rapid Racer. See you then.